couple of weeks ago, many Black people, many Black communities and organizations stepped up and publicly denounced the coup makers' designed riots and violence geared to divide and destroy USA.
To the rioting thugs of America. This was all supposed to be about calling for justice for George Floyd's murder at the hands of a few bad cops, but your actions have made it clear you don't really care about George Floyd. You have made this about you, so now I will address you directly. You have a right to be furious at the Minnesota cops who killed George Floyd. You have a right to demand severe punishment for all 4 officers on the scene. And you have a right to peacefully protest injustice wherever it may be. But you do not have a right to ravage the cities we all live in without consequence. You do not have a right to put your own fellow citizens of all colors out of work as you raze their places of employment to the ground. You do not have a right to assault the police officers trying to keep you safe as you protest them. You do not have a right to beat small business owners to the brink of death for nothing more than trying to protect their own establishments. You do not have a right to say your skin color makes you a target for police violence, break other laws as a response, and expect your own skin color to absolve you of any accountability. You do not have the right to say Black Lives Matter, but only be outraged when a Black life is taken by a white person. You do not have the right to travel in from out of town to be a part of a violent throng, destroy everything in your path, and leave thinking you did something productive. You do not have a right to be offended by stereotypes that say Black people are inherently violent when that is exactly the way you act when given the first opportunity. And you do not have a right to dishonor George Floyd's legacy by using his wrongful death as an excuse to justify your criminal behaviors, and then have the gall to turn around and use convoluted circular reasoning to try to blame white people or police for this chaos when it was you who made the conscious decision to destroy your own communities in the first place. But I have a right to say I see right through you, and I know this stopped being about George Floyd a long time ago. I have a right to say your conduct is absolute trash. And I have a right to call you out for the warped, hateful, animalistic, shameful, thuggish, self-serving, rabid, exploitative, counterproductive hypocrites that you are. So I will. I'm Nemani Felder, and that was absolutely nothing but common sense.
Last week, several faith-based communities and networks denounced the godless, anti-peace, and anti-liberties mayhem and riots serving the New World Order coup makers. Yesterday, tens of thousands of American truckers with spine stood up for America and declared that they won't be serving those engaged in a coup against USA. Today, dozens and dozens of courageous police officers are resigning, walking away, putting their duty to serve the real Americans above careers. And they say they won't be serving under the enemies of the state. Tomorrow, every single decent American who loves his or her nation, who is dedicated to his and her nation's constitution, will be standing up. They will not only resist, but fight and defeat this New World Order coup against their country and their liberties. I have been resisting for nearly 20 years. I am fighting it every single day until we win. And I know every one of my community members is doing the same. This is Sibel Edmonds. This message and all my reports and analysis are made possible by my Newsbud and Patreon communities for Common Sense USA. Please join us. Take 10 seconds. Contribute whatever it is you can and become a part of the winning side. And with that, God bless America.